Pokemon, one of the most recognizable franchises of all time. It's kind of crazy that how many Pokemon fans have shown a good side of their fandom, but in recent years they showed their toxicity. Hey there, I'm Anime and Toku All-Star X, and welcome to episode 3 of the most toxic fan bases. Today we're taking a look at the Pokemon franchise. The franchise that started a boom in the 90s. Even though the 90s were kind of like the dark and edgy series of all of the decade. But still, it is something that no one doesn't talk about. Well, some people did. But so why did Pokemon become the toxic fan base now? So let's start at the beginning. A man named Satoshi, he was growing up in Japan. He captured his first bug, and his friends called him the nickname Bug Boy. After Satoshi grew up, he decided to come up with an idea. An idea that will revolutionize the entire video game genre. The concept of the game was about you capturing monsters. The working title was Capsule Monsters. And we see some concept art. The concept art shows the protagonist, who later becomes the most recognizable protagonist of the Pokemon series. No, not Ash Ketchum, but Red. But the name and the character designs were changed to match the game's setting. So the game that was Capsule Monsters changed to Pokemon, and Red got his iconic design. Well, in the first generation of games. And so, in 1996, Pokemon Red and Green were released in Japan. Following that, Pokemon Blue came out, and Pokemon Yellow were released, making them the first 4 games of the franchise. Even though they're different, but they're still part of the same generation, called Generation 1, starring Red as the protagonist. But over time, though, new generation of Pokemon and new protagonists always show up. So yeah. And it was announced that the Pokemon series is getting mediums, like the Pokemon Adventures manga and the Pokemon anime. Even though Pokemon came out in the 90s, that is well known for its edgy, dark, and crazy obsession with guns trope, Pokemon stands out being more like something that you've never seen before. Not just the dark and edgy time of the era. But that leads to questions. How did the Pokemon series become this popular? Well, when they released Pokemon Red and Blue versions instead of the green version, and then released Yellow in the US, fans in the US became lit. Pokemon was in its hype. The anime came out, and the manga came as well. Fans got into those series and read it. And they all got they liked it. The anime continued throughout the years, starting Ash Ketchum as the protagonist. But even though the other protagonists from the games made cameos or as separate characters, but still, this is crazy, how much Pokemon has revolutionized the video game industry. And it was announced that Pokemon Generation 8 was announced. After the critical success or failure of the Southern Moon games, fans wanted to know what's going to happen in the next generation. When the game was released, some fans hated it, while some fans praised the game for letting them capture all of the Pokemon from the previous generations and try to master the new Gigamax mode. It's a Pokemon. And it was announced that one of the games is getting a movie adaptation, being Detective Pikachu. When the movie was released, it was a massive hit. But one of them, so someone decided to send a letter. You may know him, but I'm not going to say his name. This doesn't mean I hate the guy, but he sent a letter to Game Freak to ask them that some of the fans hate the game, and now let's get to the part that this series is well known for. Well, kind of well known. How did the franchise become the toxic? He sent the letter to Game Freak, telling them that some fans hated the game. And you guys are gonna hate this. They were sending death threats to everyone in Game Freak. Yeah. A franchise known for entertaining kids is sending death threats to game developers. The game developers who helped bring the franchise that is selling millions of dollars, by the way, to kill themselves. Dick move. But still, it's not done yet. They started to think that the man who sent Game Freak the letter that he sent to Game Freak, they think he's saying that he's a better fan than them. And this started a bad lash of other fans of Pokemon they think they're better fans than other franchises such as Digimon, who everyone compares to Pokemon. But this is the dumbest thing that the Pokemon, I guess Generation 8 wasn't the mega hit that we all wanted it to be. But instead, it causes the fan base to become one of the most toxic fan bases. Heck, I even have a friend whose name is Dragonfly. He really loves Pokemon. If he's watching this video, this doesn't mean this is a target to him, but this is just something that I want to do. Ooh. But the Pokemon series may be the anti-90s series, but in the modern day, fans are going to just think about the fans who sent Game Freak the death threats and hate the guys who created their iconic franchise. So yeah, that's it for this video. What do you think about Pokemon becoming a toxic fan base? Or you wanted the fan base to enjoy the next Pokemon games? So leave a like and subscribe for more episodes. Or if you don't want any more episodes, the next episode will be about we're taking a look at the dragon.